1-800-449-8255. Sharky, come back. Ah-da-do-do-do. Shark was wrong, and I just can't live without you. Come on, you guys. You know Shark is never... Oh, shit. I can't even say the word. Here on the Clark the Shark Show from the golden EIB Sharkraphone. You guys know the Shark is never... Dude, what's wrong with me? I can't. I'm like Fonzie, remember, on Happy Days? Sharky, I can't even bear to think I could utter to say the word. I can only sing it when I say, Sharky, come back. I was wrong. And Shark just can't live without you. You know me, Sharky. I can't live without this album. The Replacements, 1984 or whatever. First of all, you guys, I want to say the band The Fall did this kind of crappy punk way better than these guys. And now I know a lot of you are out there like, oh, Clark the Shark is just going to love this album. You know, totally, dude. And, you know, no, I really don't, you guys. I'm not wild about this. I mean, I did buy it back at the day at Go Boy down in Redondo or wherever, you know, but it wasn't one of those albums I just had to have, you know, at the Rhodium in Torrance or wherever. But yeah, blah, blah. I remember playing this. And what the thing I don't like about this band is they're media darlings. You know, they're one of those groups that, you know, kind of like Sonic Youth, except for I like Sonic Youth and other bands I can think of, you know, and I'm not saying they're undeserving or that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying there's some bands I get sick of because they're overrated and they're really not that good a band. You know, they're just hyped up or someone at the LA Times wants you to like them or Rolling Stone magazine or somewhere, you know, but real punkers from Flipside, they don't fucking like this shit that much. You know, we I don't even know if we respect it, really. We tolerate it, you know, we accept it because it's from 1984, way back in the day, you know, in the early to mid 80s. But honestly, you guys, punk rock is late 70s, and this missed the train. The train had left the station. And by this time, you know, when I was 18, 19, 20 years old, I was already getting sick of this crap like this, you know, like. And then there were some fucking rad bands on the scene that were emerging, you know, like Bad Religion, that had all this clever shit going on that I liked, you know, and, you know, bands like that. And I think the Germs have way more integrity and dignity and style and fuck you name it, dude, than the Replacements ever will. But yeah, dude, I mean, I bought this. I used to play it to death downstairs at 251 Paseo de Gracia in Torrance. And, you know, I would go up to Bill Watt from Prop 13. Dude, do you like the Replacements? He'd just laugh like, idiot, you know. And I'd be like, dude, what? Dude, Replacements, bro. You know, this is just such a typical one of those bands. And also the fact they're from Minnesota, or, you know, I fucking hate shit from Minnesota. Dude, I fucking hate everything from Minnesota. I hate Prince. Dude, I hate any hockey, Minnesota North Stars or Minnesota Wild, or I fucking just hate Minnesota, dude. And I kind of hate this band, but I can't hate them too much. You know, you guys, I have to keep it real and be honest and admit, you know, they had something. And I don't quite know what, right here on the Clark the Shark Show from the golden EIB Sharkraphone. And I know all the critics are going to give these darlings 5 stars or, oh yeah, it's just so fucking great, isn't it? It's like lighting up every star, you know. But honestly, you guys, this album gets a 3 or maybe even a 2. And, you know, I don't even want to go over all this garbage on this album, you know. I don't even want to mention the song names. I've played them all zillions of times, and um, come on, dude. Paul Westerberg, the guy is no Paul Weller, dude, from the Jam. He's not even a fucking Paul McCartney, dude, if you want the truth. I mean, nobody in this band really is. But, you know, the one shining moment on the album that I kind of like is their cover of Kiss Black Diamond. You know, that just comes out of left field on this album. And what's kind of a bummer about that is it's kind of a shittily played. It's kind of crappy, like this whole fucking album is. I mean, these guys aren't that good of musicians. You can just go up and down the list, man. But innovative, no, they're not. Melodic, no. Atmospheric, no. Did they have something kind of way ahead of the 90s, though? Yeah, they did, you know. But are they like Sonic Youth? Are they that fucking rad? No way, dude. Certainly not. But, you know, I guess they're legends to the critics everywhere and a lot of fans too, you guys. And these guys are kind of fucking cowards the way they broke up their band. You know, when Nirvana hit the scene, it scared everyone, especially heavy metal guys, of course, but also the indie alternative bands before Nirvana and that 1980s K-rock scene, you know, The Cure and Depeche Mode. All that shit in the 80s was kind of freaked out by Nirvana, you know, and these guys just bailed. They just disappeared, you know, the minute Nevermind hit the scene. And Clark the Shark took notice. Now, they would return later and come back, but too little and far too late, you guys. But, you know, do I want you to buy this album? Sure, for the artifact that it is. You know, it's punk rock. It's got some good songs. Are they catchy songs? I don't know. The songwriting here is not the greatest, you guys. And like I said before, the band The Fall, they ain't the greatest band either. But I would, if I were you out there, I would listen to The Fall over this band any day, you guys. I mean, these guys, I don't even think they deserve all the fucking accolades and shit that they get, quite frankly. Me, Clark the Shark, I must have played this record a bunch of times, and I don't want to say too much about it because of the way I was shut down in the South Bay for liking this band around Torrance, Redondo Beach, and Lomita, until one day I realized everyone was shutting me down because nobody likes this fucking band, and everyone around LA thinks they fucking suck, right here on the Clark the Shark show from the golden EIB Sharkerphone, the Wolfman Jack on crack. But, you know, I don't totally agree. There's something about me, a part of my brain that likes this album. And I even remember taking comfort, you know, when I was sad and lonely. As a younger shark long ago, I would put this album on downstairs at 251 Paseo de Gracia in Redondo Beach, and I would play this, you know, if I asked out some pretty girl on a date who said no, and I felt all bad. Oh, poor Sharky. I went home and I played my Replacements record to make myself feel good in punk rock. But it really just made me feel shitty and fake and plastic. And eventually there came a time where I took this record off and never played it at all. And I moved on to better shit like the Jesus and Mary Chain. I went back to Joy Division and better bands than this crap. And, you know, Paul Westerberg, who to me is like almost like a Bon Jovi guy or like a Bruce Springsteen or something, but, you know, better than those, of course. But, you know, I'm just not wild about this band, you guys, or this album. And I had all their albums, you guys, and I would try to play them. I would try to like them. And I realized, you know, like Iggy Pop was just funnier and Black Flag was just angrier, you know, and David Bowie was just more fucking artistic and weird and artsy fartsy ironic. And it's just more of a pleasurable listening experience to put on a Frank Zappa record, or virtually any record, even by The Who or whatever, than listen to this crap. It's funny though. The other night I put this on in the bathtub and I listened to it about a week and a half ago. And I, even today in 2023, you guys, I still fucking hated it. But when the version of Black Diamond by Kiss came on, I fucking liked that. Like I always did before. But come on. This is supposedly like their best fucking album, and the big shining moment on it is a Kiss cover. I mean, come on, you guys. 1-800-449-8255, the Clark the Shark Show. I don't want to bag on these guys. I'm just giving you an honest review. I'm a guy who's jammed with Greg Ginn. Me, Clark the Shark, supposedly such the greatest drummer in the history of the South Bay and Los Angeles. Me, Clark the Shark, I think, what I say carries some weight, you guys. And, Greg Ginn told me I was just a mediocre drummer. And I believe that to be true, you guys. I think I am really heavy and powerful type of drummer. And some people who've watched the videos are like, dude, you're like the first Travis Barker long ago, before everybody. And that's probably, because I listened to Keith Moon and Neil Peart and all that shit, Stuart Copeland. And I did all those rudiments and tangents and accents and all that shit, So I know what I'm talking about in music, you guys. And if I say an album is kind of boring and kind of fucking lame, then that means the album is boring and kind of fucking lame. But there is redeeming quality to this. I don't want to hate it too much, but it's these kind of bands that got signed over me, back in the late 80s. And I am very resentful about that, you guys. I don't mean this band in particular. I mean other bands who copied this band came along and became critical darlings at BAM Magazine or Music Connection or the LA Times or Rolling Stone or just some, fucked up zine. I don't even care, you guys. Clark the Shark, 1-800-449-8255. You just got the most accurate review that is pristine and right on the money, you guys, about this band. And if you talk to punk rockers around the South Bay today or anyone in Los Angeles, they will go, yeah, Clark the Shark hit it right on the head, 100% accurate. That album's just good. Is it really great? Like everyone says, no, but it's, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's like a 6 or like a 5 maybe. And believe me, you guys, that whole punk thing that came before this, the Jam, the Fall, come on, you guys, the Germs, Black Flag, all that shit, the Circle Jerks, way fucking better than this, you guys. So don't come to me, and say, oh, come on, Sharky, you're just, bummed out or some shit. No, I'm not. I'm being truthful here, you guys. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show. I'm Clark the Shark. And you just heard the word, the testimony, the gospel, and the only accurate review of The Replacements, Let It Be. And dude, I hate that title, dude. I think there was a Beatles album called that, that's fucking cheesy. But anyway, from the golden EIB Sharkerphone, I say to you, soul help me God. I say under penalty of perjury, this album is just mediocre, you guys. The Fall are just mediocre, but they get better as they go. And this band here really doesn't get better. Do they get more commercial? Yeah, but commercial ain't necessarily better, you guys. All the little girls, pulling up their tops and dancing to commercial music kind of just screams and exclaims how that music kind of sucks, and it's empty and plastic and all that, but that's just one man's opinion. Clark the Shark here on the Clark the Shark Show from the fabulous golden EIB Sharkerphone. It's not a microphone, you guys. That's why I'm number 1 online. It's a Sharkerphone, the golden EIB excellence in shark casting. And I'm out of here. Peace.